Ares is the god of war and outcast for Olympus in the Marvel Universe as well. Just like myth, Greek deities exist in Marvel, kind of similar to their myth counterpart. The two half-brothers like him and Hercules became enemies because Zeus favored one over the other. Ares eventually ended up interacting with the Avengers, ended up going on missions with different Avengers and things of that such. He's a god of war type character. He has a large variety of weapons, even weapons you would think somebody like him would even use. So yeah, he's skilled with almost every type of weapon you can think of. A lot of battle experience, and he has a lot of mythological weapons as well. Weapons collection that is very old. There's one from ancient Greece, a Roman helmet that is cool dent in it. There's a spear. Was that the original Excalibur? And of course he has axes, but I'll get back to the weapons in a second. Strength wise, breaks out of the collector's prison, Marvel Contest of Champions. Physically starting off the One Punch Wolverine, that makes sense for somebody in his tier. Wolverine ain't dead or nothing, he's still awake here. It makes shockwaves to make people fly, rips through a large metal pipe with weapon, strength and lifts it, all that weight. Shows that he's bulletproof as well. Rips War Machine in half and throws him. Ouch. Trades blows with Bloodlusted Insane Thor, Slugfest style. Respect Ares' strength just in general. You know, he kind of got the business here. It was like 3 consecutive blows, you know. Throws this sword hard enough to cleave stone like a freaking sponge. Make this tank cannon go upward. There's this serpent, right, that couldn't be pierced by his axe. That's pretty impressive though, right? But he said, F it, forget my axe. I'm just going to choke out the serpent with raw strength instead. Night, night. Let me just rip both monsters' arms off with his strength. Breaks off piece of a wall by removing chains. Strong enough to rip a man's arm off. Tank cannon, I'm just going to kick it aside. Can literally just swing his axe and destroy buildings. He makes 4 symbiotes lean with his attacks. Smashes Doom against the stuff here. Iron Man helmets, get the heck out of my way with a footstep while he's shooting, using blades and etc. Tackled by Carol, please get the heck out of my way real quick. When Wonder Man and Sentry tried to restrain him when he was getting kind of aggravated, he said, get the heck off me, I am Ares, god of war. So he kind of shows his strength here. This occasion with this bad Ultron. In this little tussle with Hercules, he's slamming a car on top of him, showing he isn't a flea in comparison to Hercules' strength. He can't just instantly break out when he puts Hercules in a little grip hold like this, you know, kind of let you know the power gap isn't astronomical like a lot of people think. And his punches even mess up Hercules' face to a degree, kind of showing his striking power, the same Hercules that can lift the heavens. Using a chunk of concrete, hitting Wonder Man with a surprise attack right here. Looks a little sleepy here. Ares is even slugged out with Powerhouse Gamma members like A-Bomb, and they had like a little fight. One can say like a little miniature version of Abomination, right? They're getting a slugfest. It's kind of extended, but he kind of got the advantage over him. He even says, bring out the Hulk. I get that Marvel doesn't give Ares the love he deserves when it comes to him being compared to the super powerhouse tiers, but there's heavily lore behind the reason why he technically should be in that Herculean tier or Thor or Hulkish tier, just from lore. The fact that they consider them rivals in myth of Olympus and stuff of that such, the God of War and Hercules line of Olympus. If I had to put money on it, I definitely would give Hercules the strength advantage because he's the deity of strength, but I don't think he's a flea in comparison. Via narrative speaking wise, it wouldn't make much sense for Hercules to be 1,000 times stronger or some crap like that, right? Super large weights, he just swing it around. Like, look how big this weight is. He just smashes a hole in the floor. These huge weights. When the Void was acting crazy, he attempted to hold back its arm. He can just smash through Nick Fury's bunker with strength. He can choke powerful beings to death with his vice grip. He loves to fight so much, he can jump and escape at any time, but he chooses not to. He even states one jump and he'd be out, and he doesn't. He gives us the time we need and the last second shots as if those few words are he needs. Honor for your comrades and no one else. 50 meters below the surface, he said, I like the fight. He has the balls to punch Chaos War Hercules, a super abstract tier amped Hercules though. Stagger Sentry with a punch. Floors Iron Patriot with a punch. LMDs, he turned to rubble with a punch. Blocked a punch from Luke Cage. Fighting enemies, in the process he brings down debris on him. Holds up Pluto's foot. He has no problem in decapitating foe, minions, injuring a tentacle of Mikaboshi. In this battle in the Chaos War Crab, they send him flying. This abstract type being even has the nerve to punch Zeus in the face, Skyfather, and it seems like he's in pain, I guess. Working together with She-Hulk, punch Ant-Man, and the fact alone that he's grappling with Thor and he's not instantly getting overpowered shows his competence that he's not that far behind, if he is far behind at all. I mean, here he seems to be giving Hercules some issues. Like, look at them literally locking arms with one another. Like, their arms are literally clashing because of strength, and his arms are not just getting pushed away like Flea. In comparison, trading blows with a god of strength level character like Hercules, who's a Thor Hulk tier. Muscles and strength in general or leg power is just this strong already, or his striking power, but then he got weapons that are pretty freaking broken on their own right, like how his axe can cut Namor, I See Blood, even cut a part of the Chaos King. This axe seems to even cut Blue Marvel tier, slicing up Morgan Le Fay's demon, chops Man-Thing in half. He usually can regenerate from stuff, but he seems like he stays down in this particular occasion. Ares sliced the Titan here, slices Iron Man's first armor in half, cleaves Dr. Doom's robot in half, slices open his thick metal door, and in Contest of Champions, does the Venom's on hand. Oh yeah, he has modern weapons. He's not afraid to just straight up shoot, like using handgun, grenade, bounce, bounce, bounce. Notice how he's pointing the gun and the axe. That's different. By the way, these grenades can hurt Olympian deities, it seems, or stun him, I guess, these facial expressions, but they look sleepy afterwards. Ammunition can destroy Iron Man's armor. Now that's a big behind gun. This cosmic being's soldiers, he just blows them up with the shooting. God of War, baby. Olympians use bow and arrows. He even has flaming arrows. His gear is made for top tiers. They even state, my Hydra-tipped hollow points are about the only thing on Earth or Olympus that will hurt. These overpowered bullets can affect God of Strength tier characters like Hercules, letting you know. He has flames that can burn the poison out of top tiers. He can block attacks from beings way bigger than him, shows his strength. He can withstand flames. He at least survived the blast from Galactus. That's all I'm saying. Literally rode on top of a giant bomb, explode, but he's like, I'm good. Face full of grenades. I'm good. Silver explosive, do nothing. Chomped by Venom and he's good. Afterwards, big Venom boy. No, I wasn't playing. He's literally okay. As you can see, most people are invulnerable to heat like during Hellfire. In this tier, being invulnerable to heat isn't nothing new. Lightning isn't necessarily end all be all either. Just get backs up like it's no big deal. He withstands Doom's magical blast to the face and several more blasts, and keeps punching through without being hurt, showing his power, and Doom is a beast. In Contest of Champions, which isn't necessarily canon to our universe, he takes several blows from Maestro. It's even implications he can't be affected by Doom's symbiote. Shot point blank, and he's good. Zapped by Skrull Thor, and he's good. Incendiary grenade, I'm good afterwards. Punched by War Machine, and he is amused. This is kind of like a fun feat. Hermes with a nail gun. Heck, he was the first to react to Hermes' intrusion, pulling out his gun. In this occasion, he takes out people. He does it too fast to be seen in this particular occasion. Can't run any faster than we're dead. Shing, fast enough to react to a missile that's coming towards him, and another one reacts to it. Of course, he's a godlike being. He gets impaled through the chest, and he can heal and get better thanks to healing factor. When you're this top two, you gotta have a healing factor. One can argue this is a skill feat, but strength-wise, he hung with the Son of Hulk, who is a concrete Hulk level being and slugfest style. Notice how he uses a backhand here, showing it's like you see them blocking arms. So this is strength, just some skill, power, and etc. Ares should be in that level of power. Does that Wolverine in the middle of the fight, locking swords with one another, showing he's competent to Hulk tiers in skill and power in general. Accurate enough to shoot the fingers off somebody before they can shoot again. Heck, he's even skilled enough to escape Hercules' grip, and you gotta have a certain level of strength to break out of his grip as well. Olympus and Hades, Ares is one to break the stalemate between the two, because Ares is a beast like that and he loves war. He had decimated the roads to get to Olympus, only to be stuck in a brutal stalemate outside her walls. To let you know how strong Ares is, they even state, even the strongest of the gods, Apollo, Poseidon, mortals transcended such as Achilles and Ajax, balance cannot be thrown. And when Zeus first muttered my name, it was Hercules who held it back. He's the one that breaks the stalemate, letting you know. He's definitely a significant factor compared to the deity. Law enforcement really think they can hang with a deity? Nope. The fact that Pluto needs half his army to just keep his favorite nephew close lets you know how strong Ares is. Someone that attempts to sneak up on him, he takes them out quickly. Kind of show that his speed is competent. Even says, you're a better fighter than him, you're faster than him, you're certainly smarter than him, but are you stronger than Hercules? So they're implying that he might not be necessarily stronger than Hercules. Fighting speed and skills and stuff, they're trying to say he might actually have him beaten raw skills. He has stealth skills if he needs to. Obviously, since he's a deity, he has a lot of battle experience. Characters like Iron Man even says he's tough. He even made an estimation it'll at least take 5 of the more powerful men at my disposal to physically take you down. She-Hulk, Wonder Man, myself with a vision takes down Moleman's monsters, using Iron Man armors against other Iron Man armors to shoot him, takes out some soldiers. He's strong enough to ravage an entire kingdom. What, does he have magnetic feet? He can stay on top of a speeding jet, you know, match Baldur in sword combat. With aid of Venus's transformative belt, Ares was able to fight Namor underwater in his domain, showing his competence yet again. Also showing the competence of Olympian artifact. It's extended. See Venus, Blast. This is respectable for real. He has godly abilities that are weird that can't really be explained, like the time he possessed Thor. Disarming him is no point because he can just summon it with a gesture. He can wipe a continent out of existence. That proves he can blast away continents effortlessly with his raw power if he wanted to. More than likely, this is just scratching the iceberg. He can blast away planets too, just like other powerhouses in Marvel. Competent to Hercules tier characters, you know? Boy got a massive kill count. That's the number he's killed. Billions. Great knowledge on weapons, both recent and modern. Doesn't matter what type of weapon, he's got knowledge on it. He creates the Asgard invasion plan. Since he's a god of war, of course he has to be able to come up with battle plan. In this particular occasion, does so to take out Ultron. I mean, why not get advice from the guy that's very old? He leads Hammer's attack force on Asgard. In guidebooks, they talk about how he's a brilliant tactician and military strategist. Yeah, he's an immortal Greek god. He brings great strength and resilience to the team and mastery of a wider way of weaponry. However, sheer power is not his most vital asset. Ares, believe it or not, he knows when to stand back and analyze a fight to understand strengths and weaknesses. So overall, when it comes to his power in general, he doesn't get the best treatment in Marvel. He kind of reminds me of Wonder Man on how he has the power to hang with the powerhouse tiers or even get significant W's on the powerhouse tier, but his lack of inanimate object feats is going to make people underestimate him, even though his battle feats are pretty much stellar. And it shows that he's competent via character statements and even lore and battles in general. I mean, he is a deity. Lore-wise, it wouldn't make sense for him to be a billion times weaker than Thor or Hulk or Silver Surfer. Just logically speaking, it wouldn't make sense. Even in handbooks, Marvel, his strength isn't all the way up. But at the same time, I wouldn't take this stuff as Bible. I mean, we saw all them scans with Thor and Hercules and stuff, even though I would give them the edge over Ares still. They state he's physically superior to most Olympian guys. This little pun thing with the 70-ton thing, we obviously know he can lift more than 70 tons. Yeah, we've seen Spider-Man tiers lift hundreds of tons. So yeah, you can read all this lore about Ares if you want to, but for the most part, that's just about going to do it. Respect Ares. Not the strongest guy in Marvel history, but he's strong enough to be respected. You know what I mean? And can effortlessly Starbust or Planet Bust if he wanted to, based on the fact that he resides in Marvel and he is a powerhouse tier in Marvel. He should be competent in other powerhouse tiers. Even if he's a little bit below, that doesn't necessarily mean he's building level at best, just because he might lose or get overpowered by Hercules or something too. That doesn't necessarily mean he's just gazillions of times weaker, right? But I'll see you guys later. Thanks to everyone that has donated to the channel though. Appreciate it a lot.